Understand the power of the vote in the city of Detroit just because of the raw numbers. 14% of the citizens who are of voting age that are actually registered determine who it is that will be running for mayor in your city. But when it comes to voting and voting power, people do not attach the amount of value that they need to their vote. And let me say this too. When people come to me, and I do a lot of voter registration, people come to me and they say, well, my vote don't count, or they're just going to steal the election anyway. Well, when it comes to that type of statement, what it is really saying is that I don't value my vote. I don't value it enough to make them steal. If somebody came to you and told you they were going to steal your TV, you would put a security on your house. If somebody came to you and told you they were going to steal your car, you would put an alarm on your car. If they told you they were going to steal your bicycle, you put a chain on your bicycle. If they told you they were going to steal your dog, you put a chain on your dog to keep them from stealing your dog, but you don't place the same amount of value on your vote.
Why not when you vote, we win, or when we vote, we win, or we all win? And I wanted to be understood that this conversation is to be conducted in a lane that makes it clear that it is a conversation between you and I. First of all, it's individual to individual, and person to person. It is to communicate that the failure or refusal to participate in the process affects me personally, and therefore not participating, I take it personally. It is to elicit a level of discomfort from the individual in the message so that every time they engage with the message, whether it be with a flyer or a yard sign, every time they engage with the message, if they are considering not participating, that I personally want them to feel uncomfortable with that. I want them to feel uncomfortable because of how it negatively impacts me personally. I want them to be uncomfortable because of how it negatively impacts my home and my family. I want them to be uncomfortable because of how it negatively impacts my community, negatively impacts my city, negatively impacts my state, and negatively impacts this country. I want them to be uncomfortable because on whatever level of activism we engage, whether it be on the highest level of pain and suffering in the 50s and 60s to the lower levels of traveling all over the state and registering voters or standing in line for hours and just casting my own ballot. If you don't cast yours, that message is to let it be known that I take it personal. This is the permission structure to express that anger so that it is felt every time that message is engaged. My vote alone cannot get the things done that we all agree we want to have done. But when you vote, I win.
It needs to be known that the hand on the other end of every flyer passed and in the home on the other side of every yard sign is an individual activist who takes non-participation personal too. We are activists looking to activate new activists and modern-day foot soldiers who become so by casting their ballots and convincing others to cast their ballots too. It is the challenge of our day to either turn from it or step to it. Now is your turn. This is your time. History demands it, and it is a mandate from heaven and a debt to those who have done the work and gone on. Your world is changing. And not participating in the polling place is to surrender your voice in it. You need to let those within your world know that your work is to go forward and not backwards, and to increase upon the gains of history and not lose them. I am working to win and not lose, but my vote alone cannot get these things done. But when you vote, I win. Enlist now at gotvmi.org.
Not voting is not a position of strength, it is a position of surrender.